Against the ropes, number one.
Welcome back to Against the Ropes. I am alongside Christian Mosqueda and Christian Rodriguez. I am Gio Garcia, and we have a special guest today as well. Christian.
Yep. So we have Lily from Xicana Boxing. Thank you for joining us, Lily.
Hi.
Season 2.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Feliz año nuevo.
¿Cómo celebraste your New Year?
It was fun. I was singing karaoke.
Oh, you were drunk.
Oh yeah.
What'd you sing? Some John Sebastian?
Ooh.
Oh, that's nah. I don't want to cry. I love him so much.
Yeah, no, he's cool.
Him and Juan Gabriel, they're like my
Oh.
favorite ever. Like I love them. We were singing like Queen shit like that,
Oh, okay.
and happy songs like LMFAO.
Oh, okay.
Whack.
Yeah. Where'd you celebrate though? Downtown?
No, I was at my
At home?
house.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, we did like a family thing.
Oh, okay.
I know like Christmas Eve is like family and like New Year's is like friends and getting drunk.
Yeah.
But I don't even have a big family, so we weren't even together for Christmas Eve. So
Mhm.
then that's why we did like.
Yeah. See, I didn't drink for like Christmas Eve because I had my nephews and I had to drive them back and stuff. So
That
I
sucks.
was like, for New Year's Eve I
Yeah.
drank. Kind of had to do that.
We have some future boxers in the building too.
Yep.
Just edit those out.
No, you're good. Do you want them to box? Do you want your?
No, I don't think he begs me to put him in like a
Mhm.
class because in San Pedro they just opened like a MMA and a boxing
Mm-hmm.
little gym for kids, and like you walk in there and they're sparring and
Yeah.
they're like one on one, and there's just like a person. Be quiet, hey. There's only like a person in the middle, and they're just watching them, and they don't like separate them. So him,
Like the Mayweather gym?
yeah, I hate that, by the way.
Oh, you
But
been there?
no, but I
okay.
seen their interactions. Anyway, that's how he wants to do it, and I've considered it, but I'm just like, I don't think I want that.
Mm.
Maybe para que se defiendan, que
Yeah.
sepan, but he's too much of a softie. Like he would never, like
Yeah.
no, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah.
I
Like
went inside the Mayweather gym one time.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I don't
Yeah.
really care. I just walked in there. I was in there for 5 minutes and I just walked
And
out.
he left.
I don't think it.
You can tell that like it's so competitive. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it's even fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just there to
It's-
show
It was
off.
weird in there.
It's not like the
It
wild
was
card.
weird.
No, yeah, the wild card, like the one that I go to the most legends, like all the guys are so respectful to each other
Yeah.
and they like each other and they
Mhm.
spar and they hug it out after like, oh, thank you for helping me type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at those type of gyms is more like I'm here to like
It's all business.
look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this guy, the guy that brings a pillow to the ring, top rank guy, what's his name? Green something.
I
The guy
forgot.
from Top Rank, he brings a
brings-
pillow to,
Yeah.
to the ring because he says you were going to sleep.
Yeah.
He's
I
good.
saw it last time. I
He's
forgot
good.
what fight it
Yeah,
was.
he's good. But during sparring,
He's not.
the most obnoxious
Really.
thing I've ever seen. Like, he was sparring with like Oscar Negrete.
Mhm.
And you know Oscar Negrete, he's cool, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have that much power behind his punches.
Yeah.
And like he was still just tagging him the whole time.
Are you supposed to be talking about this?
Yeah. and he would just like shake his head like, no, like
Mm-hmm.
just like Mayweather type of shit.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like they all se juntan ellos, you know, because
Mm.
they're the type of, like, if you hit them, and you can hit them clean, and
Yeah.
they'll be like, no,
nothing.
you ain't shit. And they're just super obnoxious.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the I went over to the wild card.
We're
as
recording this from a
the-
daycare, guys, in case you guys hear kids talking in the background.
So yeah, I actually went to the wild card this last weekend, and I was like, I'm just gonna. I was like, because I train out of the hill. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm already here. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
yeah?
train here. So, so I was like, I'm just gonna train here. So today, y que me entrena el Pepper Roach. That's Freddie Roach's brother, and he's got like como un cast or something on his leg. So I was like, how is this guy gonna like? We're just gonna do mitts. So I was like, how's this guy gonna? He's like, oh, I'm gonna show you how to throw the
you
jab.
just walk in there?
Yeah. Just I was like, hey, what's up, Fred? I'm gonna train here today. And he's like, oh, okay, go for it. But yeah. So like Pepper Roach is like showing me like a few things, and he's like, let me show you how to put power behind it. Like he's like, you hit okay, but he's like, let me show you how to, put that power behind it. And I was like, you don't have like your foot. Like I was like, how are you gonna, get that power out? But yeah, dude, me their own jab, and it was He was like right here next to me. Like it pushed me all the way back. I was like, okay, Pepper. I was like, that's... So yeah, no, he's a pretty good guy. Like I bought him some chocolate. He's like, hey, can you give me some chocolates, man? He's like, you don't have to give me nothing. Just give me some chocolates. I was like, yeah, bro, no worries.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
What kind of chocolate?
some Hershey's. I got him some Hershey's. So
Like kisses?
Hershey's bars, but yeah, it's like yeah, he was happy with that. But yeah, it was a fun day.
Oh,
Have you ever thought about like training just for?
I have,
Mhm.
but I feel like I don't want to look stupid.
I mean,
And
it's
people
just,
at Legends, because
Mhm.
at the afternoon they have like, in the evenings too,
Mhm.
they have like regular beginners training.
yeah.
They're like, oh, just come. They're like, just come and like, they wrap me up before, but I chicken out. I'm like,
Oh.
no.
So you never
No.
tried it?
Sparring and mitts and all that, never.
No.
Mhm.
Just
Never.
hitting the bag?
Yeah.
Never. Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Why not? You're not like curious to just try it out?
I don't know, because not while everybody's there, because I feel like I look stupid. I would do it if I'm like by myself and no one's there at all.
Yeah.
Like I would maybe try something, but other than that, no.
Yeah, to me, cause like I don't really like regular gyms, and I was like, I gotta get my workout somehow.
Mm.
And so like we play soccer, but we haven't been playing indoor as much lately. So I was like, I need to get my workout somehow.
Somehow.
So I was like, you know what? We always talked about like judging and how like these guys never like
Yeah.
really box.
See,
And I was
that's
like,
why
that's-
I think about it. I'm like, I
Yeah.
should do it because I feel like it gives you a new perspective.
yeah,
And that's what the people at Legends say too. They're like, just do it because you're already like not an asshole and like call
Mhm.
people bums anyway, but
Mhm.
it will still give you a new perspective
Yeah.
on it's like shit. Me just watching it and seeing how much they put into sparring, like the passion they put
yeah.
on that makes me feel like wow, like these
Yeah.
guys are here every morning,
Mm-hmm.
like no se rajan every fucking day, like
Yeah.
that's. So I'm just like that enough, but maybe one day,
Mm.
maybe that will be my resolution.
There you
If
go.
nobody's. at the
Should
gym.
look up like some women boxing gyms, something like that,
I
just for
get
women.
very intimidated by women, especially.
By women.
Wow.
Yeah, men I don't give a fuck about, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
Women are more judgy, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like they're gonna kick my ass. or
Yeah, they
something.
might call you out. I get it. Yeah, nobody's gonna call you out if you go to
Nah.
a men's
They're
gym.
gonna be on Twitter like, look at this bitch's form. She's stupid.
Yeah, I feel like if you go to like a regular men's gym or whatever, they'll give you
Yeah.
props just for being there. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit,
Yeah.
women
Just be
boxing
like,
is
I
cool.
wanna learn self defense, just for me personally, and just yeah.
Mm,
Just I don't have to get a gun. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Pepper.
maybe I'll
Pepper
think
spray.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, Chris, you want to start with our first topic of
the
today?
Mayweather one.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Did I see the fight? No, there was no way I was gonna see that fight. But
Did you wake up at 6 a.m? to
no
watch
way.
it?
But you know, social media, and if it lasts only one round, obviously the whole
Yeah,
thing's
the
gonna be
whole
there.
thing's gonna
Did
be
you
there.
saw it?
So
I didn't see it live, no, and I didn't see the whole fight, no.
mhm.
I just saw the same thing, highlights of like
Mhm.
the knockouts, the knockdowns.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I couldn't stop. I was laughing the whole time.
I just feel like
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
it's you know, as a journalist viewpoint, I have to be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he's making his money, who
Yeah.
else, like whatever, you know, it's an
Yeah.
exhibition, it's not. We talk kind of badly about it because it's like,
Mhm.
okay, he's not fighting people that as fans ourselves,
fans, yeah,
we
box
want to
fan.
see him
Mhm.
against, or we wanted to see him against, or we would think it would be an interesting match, even
Mhm.
if he's gonna make them look dumb, but it would help them grow. Because look at what he did to Canelo.
Yeah.
People always say, oh, he schooled Canelo. Yes, he did,
did.
and look
Mhm.
how much it helped them. So
Mhm.
what the fuck do you go to school for? To
Yeah.
learn. And Canelo learned a lot from getting schooled. It's not
Yeah.
a bad thing. So imagine if he would have fought Thurman, or because Thurman called him out a couple of
Yeah,
times.
Thurman-
Khan, I feel like even Mayweather would have laid out Khan if
Mhm.
he wasn't careful like that.
Mhm.
So, you know, I get it. He's done his shit and he deserves to make money however the fuck he wants to make money.
Mhm.
And he's an entertainer now. I get that point. But at the same time, I can definitely understand why people feel like it's disrespectful to boxing.
Yeah.
Especially because he's probably the best fighter of our
Yeah.
era, whether you like him or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I can
Yeah.
see why people have those sentiments of like, man,
Yeah.
fuck him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is he doing? Or circus type of thing.
Mhm.
I totally understand, especially if it's against, I mean, a smaller guy. And
Mhm.
I know Andre Ward came to his defense, like, oh, you know, kind of throwing jabs at Triple G too. how he's like, oh, they're bashing Mayweather for like taking on little guys, but there was guys in boxing who do that all the time, and they called him boogeyman. And I was like, ooh, okay. But so I get that he wants to make money. If somebody paid you for like a sparring session, $9 million, is that how much you want?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows he doesn't need to train for that.
Yeah.
He knows other guys' craft is not boxing, and if he's made like real fucking elite boxers, like the elite boxers that are like future Hall of Famers, if he made them look stupid,
Yeah.
what is he gonna do to someone that has no business in boxing?
Yeah. Exactly.
So I hate people that are always like, oh, that's staged or that was fake.
Yeah. No. Like
I hate when
it's a
people say
fight.
that.
It's a fight either way.
But this one looked fake.
You think this one look?
It looked fake. I don't know if maybe because Mayweather's just that fucking good and this guy was just that. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't know anything about this guy. I've never seen him fight. So, you know, having said that, that's how I felt. Maybe if I go back and I see...
I heard he was Pacquiao's little brother. I don't know if it's true.
No, it's not. He's Japanese.
He's Japanese, yeah.
He's Japanese. So the way he fell the second time, or was it the third time, where he like bounced off the...
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
whoa. I'm just like, what are you...
Yeah, there's too much to it.
That's the only part where I'm like, wait.
No, but I think it was funny what happened inside the ring, but also outside the ring, because a lot of people were complaining about the exhibition, right? But at the same time too, like Muhammad Ali did it.
Yeah, Oscar De La
Oscar
Hoya
did
done
it.
it. Yeah.
Wait, Oscar and Shaq in the Fool or where?
Oscar versus Shaq.
Oscar Shaq. Oscar Shaq.
Yeah.
And then Mayweather had done it before, just not getting paid that much for it, I
Yeah.
bet. Remember when he did WWE?
WWE,
Yeah.
yeah.
Muhammad Ali, he did it with against a professional wrestler in Japan.
And
15
then
rounds. Draw.
another one, too. One more boxer done it, and I forgot against who or what. I just remember there's one more. I'll probably think about it later. But it's nothing new.
Yeah.
Right.
Exhibitions are they're nothing new.
They're nothing new, and crossovers into another sport is nothing new. But I think it's just because it's Mayweather, people have
Like,
something to
already
say
have
about
hate.
it. And I have to admit, Mayweather's not my favorite style. Like I didn't fancy his last years of him kind of nitpicking.
He's gonna
like,
be your favorite style when you go boxing. Trust me.
that's why I don't want to. But that's the thing. Like you can't discredit. You can't discredit what he is, and I understand why people hate him, but it's the same
Right.
thing like with Canelo. It's because it's them specifically that it's such a bad, reputation or whatever.
One of the things I don't like is that if he's gonna go and do these exhibitions, go away quietly. He always has to like shit on somebody else's parade that's in boxing. He always has to bring attention to himself, and it's like, dude, like, if,
Yeah. Or
that's why people hate you, 'cause, like, you
when
did-
he did it, like didn't Cotto have a fight
yeah.
when
When like
when he
Canelo.
fought Conor?
And,
When he fought Conor, I think Cotto was fighting.
I think it was Canelo and Triple G, no?
No, it was Cotto and
I think
Kamagai.
it
No.
was. I think it was that same day.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah, there was another fight going on. I remember.
There was
Oh, that's
the
right,
Golden
yeah,
Boy
Kamagai.
Promotions.
The comic guy, yeah.
And he just put it that same
That
day, and
same
it's
day.
like, you're a fucking asshole, first of
Yeah.
all. Like, it's true. Yeah, I think that's what I think.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, after Canelo got the contract or whatever, he's like, oh, well, I've made... and it's like, no one's, like... I just feel like that's salty.
Yeah.
It's not just salty, but it's like it shows more that it bothers you.
It bothers you, yeah.
Like, if you really don't give a fuck or you're that proud of, like, you just be like, man, whatever, I make that shit in my sleep or something. But that, and then
But that's
when
like every
Canelo-
athlete, though.
when Canelo
Every
beat
sport.
the fielding guy, like, he posted, like, oh, I want to beat his ass again, or I beat his ass.
Wait, what?
You didn't see that?
After the fight?
After
the fielding
a
fight?
fielding fight, he posted, like, a picture of him, like,
Beating Canelo
beating
easily.
Canelo easily.
Yeah, something like that.
and he, like, easy work or
Like
something.
easy work, like the easiest like fight or
Oh,
something.
that's the easiest money I've
Yeah.
made. He said that
Who
was
said
like,
that?
Mayweather.
Mayweather, yeah.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Fielding was talking.
Oh no.
no.
Mayweather posted a picture like right after Canelo won. He
Yeah.
posted a picture of like him
Oh.
beating
I think that's-
Canelo, and he's like easiest fight I've ever had or something like
Yeah.
that.
Because to me, like, I
Just
can't
like-
knock off Mayweather's like skill and
Yeah,
his like
nothing.
conditioning. Like at 42, nobody has done that.
You can't say anything against Mayweather sounding like a hater.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Like,
can't.
like at 42, like he should have been irrelevant at 34, 35. Like his skill should have been like, but he's still managing to,
And I saw like some clips of the post fight, and he's like, I didn't even go to the gym. He was like bragging about how
Yeah.
he prepared, like he
Yeah.
didn't prepare. He's like, I was partying, I was doing shit, and
Mhm.
Yeah, but if you watch the exhibition, Mayweather wasn't kidding around with the right hook. Yeah,
All I know is his
that.
stance was, like,
he
super
did mess
different.
them up though on that right hook.
but also because the level of opposition too, I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't watching out for anything, like.
Mhm.
So he has more freedom, kind of like with Conor. You know how Conor takes supposedly pride in, like, oh, I made him fight Mexican style that day. That's because he doesn't value any of your skill. Like, he doesn't take you seriously, so he sees you at
Right.
no risk at all.
Yeah.
It's not that you made him change his style because of anything spectacular
Yeah.
that you're doing. It's because he doesn't fucking care about your
Mhm.
power. He doesn't respect
He doesn't respect
anything
yes.
that you have to bring.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's what I was saying. I don't want to say it's fake because I hate when people say that. Oh, that shit was fixed. I hate that.
Yeah, that's just.
But this time, I'm like, maybe it's just Mayweather. Literally, this guy just had no idea about boxing, and
I
that
think
he
I
kept
don't
getting
think it
him.
was fixed. I just think
It
like
was just that
the
last
disbalance.
that
of skill.
last drop was so sketch to me, and that's it.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, weirdo.
it's like WWE came back.
Oh, it's WrestleMania all over again.
I think
Yeah.
Gio wants to move on from this
Yeah,
topic.
Gio doesn't. Gio doesn't
I'm
like.
listening. I don't care.
Yeah,
I
Chris.
didn't watch his last 3 fights, so I don't.
Yeah, I didn't even bother with
don't
the
care.
Berto fight.
Berto? Oh
I-
my god.
It's actually smart that he's doing this. He's making money, so.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
Is that why Chrissy say TBE? Just because of the money aspect, or what?
Yeah, man, TVE.
I mean, he's not Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah,
He's
money,
Money Mayweather.
Mayweather. Yeah.
And I think that's like one thing that when I talked to Gervonta last week or last year, he said that he's like, "Oh, I've been training for Mares looking at Pretty Boy Floyd,"
Mm-hmm.
and I instantly like that shit caught me, and I'm like, "What do you mean like Pretty Boy Floyd?"
No, that guy's
He's
not
like,
here no more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, I like looking at him. He's like, because he doesn't. He's like, he's still who he is.
Yeah,
He's like, but that style, that's
it's like
That's not-
Kobe Bryant too. Like when he was wearing number 8, he was like this single ISO player, but when he wore number 24, it was just like team player. So it's just Pretty Boy
Yeah.
Floyd was by himself, and then TBE was like all around
yeah.
this persona outside the ring and inside the ring with his team. So
Mhm.
Yeah, he brand
Yeah.
a branding of himself outside
Mhm.
of the ring too. Yeah, that's the perfect way to
Yeah.
describe it. So I just thought that like that was very interesting too. That
Mm-hmm.
Gervonta made that comment. That's like, well, I've been watching Pretty Boy Floyd, and that's just I liked him in those fights. Like,
As a pretty when he
He
was
was-
actually
yeah.
offensive.
yeah,
Yeah.
I liked him a lot.
It was fun to watch then. Yeah. So like now, like I feel like he fights now like Olympic. Like
Yeah,
it's just like 1,
because
2, boom, boom.
it's one of those
out,
like you
boom, boom,
can't
out.
touch me, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make you look stupid basically.
Mhm.
Because
I
that Berto fight, I think that's my favorite thing with because you know Oscar sounds salty as fuck sometimes too.
Yeah.
With the way he just keeps tabs on everything Mayweather does, or he has to have like a response or something. But
Mm.
when he said, "Oh, when my kids are tired, I just put on my kids won't go to sleep. I just put on the Berto fight, and they don't
Yeah.
make it past the third round."
Yeah,
That's like the
yawn.
funniest thing he's ever said to me, because I never watched that fight, but I know
Yeah.
it was like boring. And wasn't it pay per view?
Was it?
Was-
I mean, it
had to be.
It
I
had to be
think
his Mayweather.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
mad.
yeah, it was actually it was pay-per-view for $20 over there,
Where?
but it was actually like
What do
not
you mean over
broadcast
there?
over there.
Oh, the this one.
This one. But
Oh.
over here, it was actually like banned to watch it.
So how do people just
On
illegal
YouTube.
stream?
Streamed it, yeah.
Yeah, because my friend's like, I woke up at 6 a.m. just to watch
Damn,
Floyd
loyal.
beat this little
Yeah.
guy. I'm like,
Yeah, it's funny.
shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask you something, Lily. Where do you have Mayweather ranked of all time? Top 20, top
I
30?
don't like that. I don't like those questions. I don't like putting
There's no way
tops.
to know.
Because, yeah, like,
Mhm. I know it's all
everything-
subjective,
It's
but
all subjective, and it's all like, you'll never know. And then
Mhm.
the opposition in certain eras and certain weight
Mhm.
classes, and it's all
Yeah.
so different.
Like, I think we
Yeah.
never got to see the best of him because he didn't.
He
Like,
didn't- yeah.
especially later on in his career when he was actually in his prime, he never really fought anybody in their prime. So
Yeah.
we don't know. To me, I don't know how really like great
good.
he is.
Like-
you get snippets like when he got rocked with Esteb by Mosley. You get like
Oh, you got
And-
right.
moments of like what he
I
could
don't
have.
know.
But
Like
he never fought anybody
he never,
in
he
prime.
never took
so it's
risks.
like,
I think.
Oh yeah, he did.
And that's
that
one
was-
thing.
and really,
that,
he really couldn't because he didn't have the power like that at 147, especially.
Mm-mm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, 154 either, obviously.
because I would have
but-
loved, like I told you guys, I would have loved to fight with Thurman, even though I know Thurman would have lost. There's a lot of fights where I'm like, oh, I wish those would have happened, even though he would have probably like beat
Yeah.
them. But I think that's like the Mayweather experience. Like
Yeah.
you fight him, not only do you make a lot of money, but it teaches you some shit.
Mm.
You know. But I don't think I want to rank him like high. But he is because, I don't know. It might also be just bias, or it might just be
No, and
style wise.
the first sport I used to watch and I still watch is basketball. And like during high school, I never participated. I used to play basketball like all the time, and I never participated in having a discussion regarding who's better between Kobe and LeBron or Kobe and.
Oh yeah, now that's Kobe and LeBron.
I
and
never
everyone.
had a conversation like that.
I don't like
Because
that.
you're never gonna know. It's just two
You're
different
never gonna
eras.
know.
Yeah.
Same. That's why I don't like fantasy matchups because you're literally never gonna know.
Yeah.
You know, even with current matchup, if you say, "Oh, who would win this guy?" Yeah, like okay, well, you have a favorite and valid points as to why, but anything can happen in boxing. But when it comes to those, like especially those guys that are like, literally they paved the way for the sport to be what it is.
Yeah.
I think you can't do it. But in my opinion, even like if there's like rumors that Pacquiao did like drugs and like pets and shit like that, I feel like Pacquiao gets remembered in a more positive way because of his style and because of
Fan
he's a
drum.
little
Yeah.
guy and he like went up how many weight classes and even now he's fighting like, I mean, Matisse was like whatever, I knew he was gonna win, but a lot of people call like Broner a cherry pick, and it's like, okay, how? He's younger, he's bigger. Like I get that Broner's
they're-
not the best.
They're
fucking
saying that Broner is a cherry, like for Pacquiao.
Yeah, a bunch of people in
No.
comments are like, go fucking cherry pick.
No.
And it's like,
No,
he's
that
younger.
fight would have been like hot, probably like 4 years
Before-
ago.
Yeah.
before
Like 4
Maidana.
years ago.
Before Maidana would have
Before
been good.
Maidana, that
Yeah.
would have been good.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is that he's still taking these like cool fights that are relevant to us.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're relevant, regardless
40,
of whether
yeah.
you're going for one or the other. It's relevant, and you want to see it.
Yeah.
People are gonna watch Mayweather just because either you want to see him lose, which I don't know why people think that he's ever
not
gonna
gonna lose,
fucking
yeah.
lose. He's not, or because just out of curiosity. Because even then, I
you're
didn't
just-
watch it, but I wanted to watch the highlights.
Or people want to see just because they're Flomos. They're just like big
yeah,
time
yeah,
Floyd Mayweather fans, and they just want to just.
you call
basically Flomos. Flomos.
Wow.
The worst fan base.
In boxing? Shit, who has a fan base?
I'll say honestly, anybody that fights in May, September through boxing history.
He's just in casual.
No, oh yeah, there's just, but what I
Yeah.
mean, like, okay, like the more annoying fans, like, you know, bájale.
I'll tell you after the show.
Yeah, I don't want to use the slurs they used to call them, but like, obviously Mayweather fans are like the ones that if anything is posted about Mayweather, they just come into the comments like to the rescue, and like they'll just write you a whole fucking 5-page essay.
What's your question?
So what does she
On
consider like?
Twitter, in the Twitterverse,
Like, who does she consider the worst fan base in her opinion?
the worst one on Twitter is Golovkin. Golovkin has the worst fan base on Twitter.
I could see that.
The worst. Like, I love Golovkin.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I wasn't, like, a big fan until I was on Twitter, because those people will, like, they have, like, their Avi Golovkin. Their header is, like, Golovkin landing a punch on
Their
Canelo.
passwords.
They will, like, fight you. Like, fight you over that shit.
I never really read the comments, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
I think when that
You don't
Triple
read the how about
No.
on your guys' page?
Yeah, I don't have social media, so
Yeah,
You
we
guys
don't
don't read
really.
the comments? Because I read the comments on your guys' page.
We don't really like put like. I don't know. I feel like we don't get those kinds of comments that much. But I've seen it on other pages.
To me, I don't really care
Yeah,
whether
just-
it's positive or negative.
yeah,
I'm
just
like,
don't worry about it. I mean, because if you care about the comments, then you're gonna start reflecting your own opinion, and then you're gonna start questioning whether or not your own opinion is actually right or not. No, just post whatever you
Well,
had.
what are some of the
Move
comments
forward.
that you've read? You said.
On Twitter?
From Golovkin fans.
Like, just crazy shit. Like, just, I don't know. Like, I love Golovkin.
Mm-hmm.
But this was, like, some next level shit. Like, no one, like...
I always see a lot of comments where it said, "Oh, he's gonna knock Canelo out." It's like, when have you seen a knockout in a big fight? Like, that shit does not happen.
Not just that, they're just like legit. Like, if that's our god and shit. Like,
that's what that middle
It's
G
just-
stands for.
it's just
To
crazy.
me, to me, what the thing that like throws me off is like when you're so like in love with Golovkin that you just hate the other person.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you can like both, or you can be like, I like one a little bit more than the other one, or like
Yeah.
you can like one and not like the other one, but still respect them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it's like I don't know why people think that once you like someone, you gotta hate the other guy. It's like
Yeah.
I don't think most people are serious though, are they? On the comments.
just trolling.
Well, I mean, the
I
thing
hope
is,
so.
like,
Shit, I really fucking hope so.
no, I'm sure, like, the people who even, like, first of all, I don't, commentators don't even actually box or even spar or even, like, hit the bags or at all. But more importantly, too, even the fans, who, even reporters don't even, like, hit the bags or even spar or anything like that. Like, they talk so much shit, but they don't even know, like, what you have to do, like, when you're inside the ring or when you're trying to fight somebody, like, sparring. It's like, sometimes I come over here and I have, like, marks in my face, but, like, at the end of the day, like, people talk, like, so much shit online on Twitter. But when it comes, like, face-to-face with somebody, it's like, it's the easiest shit you could do. Just talk.
Well, now that you bring that up, it's true because today it was really interesting. I thought it was really fucked up. Miguel Flores, the guy
That's
that's fighting
Leo.
Leo, that's the first thing he said when he went up on the stand. He's like, hey, well, this taxi driver is going to give you guys
Whoa.
a good fight.
I got an email about that.
And in my
You
head,
uploaded the video,
yeah,
right?
and
I
I'm
gotta watch
like,
that.
ouch. That
Wait,
shit,
wait.
like,
Florida said this.
yes.
He called Leo a text.
No, he's
Called
like
himself.
this. He called himself.
Oh,
He's
okay,
like,
okay.
oh, and he's like, I know that not just the fans. He's like, some of the media. That's the way they're
Oh,
referring
okay.
to me.
Yeah.
He's like, they're calling me a taxi driver. He's like, but I don't care. He's like, you guys can call me that. He's like, because this taxi driver is gonna put on a good fight.
That's cool.
I respect that.
And in my head, I'm just like, that's so fucked up because it's true. Like,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, and
how
then
people, even the media,
they
refers to guys
like
as,
when,
as like, that's fucked up. In
when
my
we're
head, I'm
talking
like,
about the
Yeah.
poor thing, like to have to address that. And I get it, like you have positive attitude and it's motivation, but at the same time, just like you have to address that. That's,
Yeah.
And what I liked about Leo is that Leo's response was, he said he like kind of took it upon himself to be like, yeah, I don't know why the media. He's like, I never underestimate anybody. He's like, the fans of the media do. He's like, I never say I'm gonna beat this guy. I'm
Right.
gonna better than this guy. He's like, the media says that.
Yeah.
He's like, I've never
he
said
told
that.
us the same thing.
And he's like, if you guys all, the ones that call him a taxi driver, if you guys get in the ring with him, you guys are all getting knocked out. That's what
That's
Leo
why I said.
And I'm
That's
like,
why I told this fool. Like, I bet Rocky Fielding will knock you out. Dude.
I'm never gonna say he's not. He would. I'm just
fucking
saying.
tall.
Nah, but
I'm just saying as a fighter, I
But-
just expected him to
But
do
Leo,
more. That's
yeah,
it.
he told us that too because people are saying like, yeah, people are gonna say I'm fighting nobody, but I'm still training the same way.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I'm gonna
you
train the
know,
same way as
there's
if I
a
fight.
rematch clause for that.
Yeah.
This is the
And
problem. I have
that's
with,
why.
this is the
Look,
problem-
sorry to cut you off,
Go.
but that's
Oh.
why when we're talking about Vasilo Lomachenko against Pedraza, when these guys are just like, oh, whatever. Vasilo Lomachenko. I'm
Even
like,
with
dude, don't be
Linares.
so quick to like.
Yeah.
You guys just throw that upset out the window.
Well,
Like
even
nothing
with
can
Linares,
happen.
It's
remember?
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's-
With Linares,
Yeah.
he had like he was.
Yeah, he got dropped.
But he was not a favorite. He was like not even taken seriously, and it's like Linares.
Linares is
has
a good fighter.
And he was
fucking
like way
hands.
bigger than him.
He
Yeah.
has way bigger. And he has good hands. So I think he showed perfectly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, going
That
back to
he
that
needs to,
whole
like, go
Loma
down.
actually struggled against Pedraza
Yeah.
too.
that Lomachenko versus
he's
Pedraza.
little.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not
He's
sure heard,
little.
but somebody betted $1,000 on Lomachenko for that fight
You
against
won like
Pedraza.
$15.
Yeah, he won like $15.
That's just stupid.
Hey,
You
that's
know?
$15.
It's $15, but
Especially when you're fighting bigger guys. Like, if you get hit one time, like that could change the whole
Yeah.
fight.
yeah.
To
Like
me,
against
to
Linares, I thought he
Yeah.
was in trouble
To me-
when he got
That's
dropped.
what. Hold on, Chris. That's what I want to talk about regarding Leo Santa Cruz. He acknowledged that regarding the fighter he's gonna fight.
Mhm.
When we talked to him, we told him like, hey, what's his name? Carl Frampton lost today.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jermel lost today.
Mhm.
And almost looked like his reaction kind of like
What are you trying to say?
okay, no. He knew, he understood. Like today is kind of like a closing line to understand like any given punch, but more importantly, any
Mhm.
given fight, you could get upset. So take this in consideration when you go to training the next day.
Well, I
Did
don't
this
think
guy-
Frampton was.
No,
I
no.
didn't favor Frampton to win.
But
against
the
Wentz.
whole perception of these
Yeah.
two
Oh, okay.
individuals,
Yeah.
right? singling out one fighter, right?
One's known.
So
one's
now,
not.
Yeah, well, that's what sorry, the names are like fucked up in my head.
But even like that, even the champion gets like, kind of like, oh, he's the underdog. Like against
Yeah.
Frampton, I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
who keeps saying that
That's
he was
what, yeah,
not
that's what
supposed to
people
win?
are like. So, and I'm like, no, I think
Yeah.
I don't get that. I didn't get that. I knew.
To-
But-
with-
I actually
me-
just recently saw that fight. And go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
the guy from Showtime. No, Showtime. The guy from what's his name? Schaefer. He said no. He's not from Showtime. I'm sorry, from BBC. He said
Richard Schaefer?
yeah.
Okay.
He said he's like look out. He's like stop counting guys out. He's
Yeah.
like look
Mhm.
like
Well,
what
that's what he said
happened.
with Maris, right?
No, he said that shit today.
No, but
well,
he- but-
same thing with Maris.
With Maris, yeah, he was on his defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on his defense saying shit like, "Oh, well, he's the the more experienced." But with this fight, he's like, he's like, you guys are so quick to count people out. He's like, but look at the Charlo brothers.
Yeah.
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 He's
And
like, look
that's-
what just happened. He's like, they were fighting what you guys call taxi
Yeah.
drivers, what you guys call bums, what you guys call,
Yeah.
sack of potatoes.
Mhm.
He's like, and look what happened. He's like, stop counting people out just because they're not a household name, or just because
Exactly.
you personally don't know
Mhm.
them. He's like, stop calling
Yeah.
them like taxi drivers. He's like, look what happened. And these
And
are
then-
guys that were supposed to be I mean, they were champions, or they are.
That,
Yeah.
that's
You
why
know?
when a lot of people kept fucking bitching about them losing, it's because of that mentality. Like, oh, these guys
yeah.
are not gonna lose, and then when they finally lose, they're like, oh, what the hell, robbery, this
A
and
robbery
that.
or exposed.
Like
It's
we
either
always
one
talk,
or the other one.
we talk about that all the time. Like if it was a close fight, it's not a robbery.
Yeah.
Like if you won or lost by one round, it's not a robbery. It's a
Yeah.
close fight.
Mhm.
It's just,
And all good fights are
it's
gonna
because that's
be
the
close.
perception of boxing is, right? Corruption.
Not just that, but I
Robberies.
just hate that it's one or the other. Either someone's calling
Exactly.
robbery or
Boxing
someone's
fans
calling
are
exposed.
very emotional. That's what I learned
That's
last year.
I honestly sometimes I'm like, I
Something I
hate
learned in-
boxing, not just because of the corruption aspect of
Yeah.
it, but because I'm just like, why are fans like this? And that's why I feel
They're
like
so like emotionally
I'm
invested.
jealous
They
about
are.
like UFC.
That's
Like
crazy,
these guys
dude.
have so many losses, UFC guys. And
Yeah.
their fans are still like, I'm gonna still watch
Yeah,
this shit.
that's
And
cool.
even
And
back
I'ma
then in
still support
boxing,
the
but
guy.
even back then, like, how many fights did Muhammad Ali lose? And
Yeah,
it's
he
like
lost his
just
share.
because you get one loss, that doesn't mean that you're
Yeah.
done.
You know,
Even Pacquiao has like what 7
yeah.
losses, 6
Yeah.
losses.
let me
Yeah.
dive into that conversation about emotional, because if you watch any other sport like in soccer or basketball, come on, you're just kicking, you're just like passing the ball. Nah, but like boxing is a fight, and sometimes these emotionals is because it stems with these guys fighting, right? More than likely, we're not gonna
Yeah.
have a conversation debating. We're gonna just get the gloves. Hey, pick the raised gloves and let's go to the gym right now and just handle it. Like that's the emotional perspective when it comes to discussion at boxing in general. If I
Yeah.
watch basketball, we're not gonna say, "Hey, let's get some gloves and like
Well,
squash
you
it
just
out."
said most people don't actually box, so
That's the
that
whole.
doesn't make sense.
No, that's the whole criteria, right? When we're talking about all these people talk about like bashing these fighters, right? Even the reporters bashing these fighters, right? But at the same time, none of these people have even laced the gloves, sparred, or even shadow bugs. More importantly, none of these people even hit the BR, dude.
I think that what's the worst is that I think people focus more on a certain boxer than the sport itself. That's what kills it. Because
Yeah, I get you.
you know, when every other sports is team, so it's like, oh, I like this team, and it
Yeah.
sucks when like someone gets traded off, or you have a specific particular player that you like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like you're like, I love fucking Puig, like Puig, I love Puig, and fuck everybody, everybody
Yeah.
else,
No, it's a team.
Well, he's
Yeah.
done.
and it's
He left
a
already.
team. I know, stop. But or Chris Harper, like Chris Harper this, and I love Chris Harper, and
I have no
everything
idea what
that
these people are.
if a guy strikes him out, oh fuck that guy, it wasn't a strikeout, fuck that, and you go on a whole rant. No, in
Yeah.
boxing it's like you can see it when just Canelo posts a picture or Danny Garcia posts a picture.
Everybody
How
gets
many
triggered.
people get like triggered over random shit,
Yeah,
and it's like
it's way
it's
different.
so sad.
The
But
commentary
I think
is
that's
different.
just online, right?
It's
Because I
borderline
don't think if they actually
crazy.
see
That's
that
crazy.
person
It
that
is
they will
crazy.
actually
The
act like that.
commentary is different
But it's
when it comes to other
borderline
sports into
creepy.
boxing.
No,
yeah,
it is
it is.
crazy.
Like to me, I think like
To me, it's
there's
like
a lot of boxers that I don't like, and I just don't follow them. And if
Right.
I do, I'm not gonna be like, As soon as they post a
Fuck
picture,
them.
fuck you, you lost to
Yeah.
whoever. Like, imagine. I
Your
just
kid
like.
is ugly as
I
shit.
know. Yeah, they post picture of their kid or Canelo with a horse and like, oh, you know, fuck you and your horse. And I'm
They're
like,
already-
no, fuck the horse is
They're already
real.
hating. Yeah.
But I just like some of them are like literally because I don't know if you guys notice Canelo posts like early in the morning when he does post. Like I wake up and it's like Canelo already
his
posted some shit.
horse or
You know, his little selfies and shit.
Yeah.
And people are so triggered. And I'm like, imagine waking up, seeing a picture
Right.
of Canelo and being like, and
Right?
just, oh, I'm gonna tell this guy what the fuck I think. You know,
No.
like that's the part that
That's why I don't
think
do social
it's
media.
So
That's
creepy.
funny.
Like
That's
I'm just like, you let this guy like rustle your jimmies this
keyboard
early in
warriors.
the morning. Like
Keyboard
that's,
warriors.
Think
that.
about
Everybody has an opinion now, and they have an
Yeah.
outlet, you know, to.
That
But
shit's
I-
weird though because
I
like
tell people
I don't care
that.
about boxing that much.
No.
Like let's say I could say Lomachenko's my favorite boxer. If he gets knocked out next fight, I'm not gonna care.
Yeah.
Like
or
what
you're
the
not
fuck?
gonna be like, oh, he
It's
got
like-
exposed.
it's not
I
gonna
hate
affect
that
me.
word. I hate the word exposed because it's like, yes, you can expose flaws that they maybe need to work on, but we know
Yeah.
this about every fighter. We know that every
Yeah,
fighter
no one's
has a
perfect.
specific flaw or thing that another fighter who's in the same division, we know, oh, that person could take advantage of this.
Yeah.
But and I hate having to bring up Canelo the whole time. But again, with Canelo, people are like, oh, you know, he got exposed with Lara. And it's like, we've been knew that he
He has
doesn't
trouble
do
with
well
it, yeah.
against, like, guys that are, you know,
Movers.
moving.
That's the
moving
thing
around
about
the ring.
boxing too. Like styles make fights.
Styles make
like,
fights. And
Yeah.
there's
I
going
don't
to
think
be a
people
boxer that's
really
not going to like.
take that into consideration.
Yeah,
Like
people don't really-
Lomachenko. Let's say he fights another Mexican that's just going to put pressure on
Yeah.
him.
He's
He's gonna look the
He'll
same.
struggle.
Maybe he's gonna win, but
Yeah.
he's gonna fucking struggle. And what are people gonna say? Oh, exposed. I told you that's not the fucking pound for pound. You know, he's fighting nobody's.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's just that specific style's not their best. It's not catered to them. But boxing fans are like exposed. Oh no, he ain't shit. See, I told you he's just a fake paper champ. It's like styles. I that's what when people say, oh, if Canelo fights Mayweather again, I think it's the same
That
outcome.
is the same thing. I
It's the
agree.
same outcome because maybe not now because Mayweather's old or maybe he hasn't taken rounds and he's not gonna knock Canelo out.
Yeah.
So maybe because of rounds, but I still think Canelo looks better. But at the same time, it's like styles.
The styles,
It's
yeah.
the same style.
Mhm.
Maybe he's older now, but it's the same. Yes. So it's
No,
just,
yeah.
you know, like fans, it's just one thing that
Yeah.
really kind of keeps me away from. Sometimes I want to get away from boxing because I'm like, y'all are so sensitive.
We could go on and on about this, but I think it's an interesting point how boxing fans are online. But not that I want to cut you off or anything like that, but do you want to dive into the calendar, Chris, for January?
Yeah, one sec.
Because I have it. If you want to,
yeah, you go for it, bro.
All right.
He has Wi-Fi.
Can you pull it up, Chris?
Yeah, I'll. Lily, by any chance, do you know somebody named Devin Haney?
Devin Haney,
Yeah.
isn't that
I've heard of that name.
from the
May-
UK?
Okay, now we should skip that guy then. No, it's all good.
I've heard of that name, Chris.
You heard? Yeah,
I've heard of the
he's
name.
fighting on Showtime on January 11.
Okay.
But crazy thing is that on the undercard, Dominic Wade is in the undercard.
What? He said what? Really?
The guy that lost to
making a comeback.
Triple G.
Since then,
He hasn't fought since Triple G.
6
Dang.
rounds, middleweight.
Probably got a good paycheck.
There you
go.
Or a decent paycheck.
So this is January 11 on Showtime.
Okay.
All right, and 2 days later,
Dominic Wade.
this is your fight, Chris. Caleb Plant versus Jose Uzcategui.
That's gonna be a good one.
I think
That's how you pronounce it?
Uzcategui.
Uzcategui. Did I say it
Yeah.
right?
Oh no, that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Uzcategui.
Hopefully I did. So that's on January 13. But who's in the undercard is interesting too. Guillermo Ringandal will come back. Coming back, just like Dominic Wade. So he hasn't
Okay.
fought since Lomachenko. So this
He
is
like
going.
disappeared off the face of the earth.
Is
Right.
he fighting a TBA or is it his opponent already
no,
named?
we already know the fighter Giovanni Delgado, 10 rounds, junior featherweight.
Okay.
There's so many people. Brandon Figueroa versus Moises Flores. So I mean, but other than that, I think
So
January
Moises
13.
Flores is a guy that like got hit in the back of the head by Rigo in their last fight, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the Kovalev Ward 2 undercard, I
Mhm.
think. That's the one that people are like, oh, should have been a DQ, but ended
Yeah.
up being a no contest.
So
Yeah.
the first week of boxing starts next week. So January 11, Devin Haney, Dominic Wade, and January 13, Jose Uzcategui versus Caleb Plant and Guillermo Ringandal. And that's going to be on Fox Sports. January 18, ESPN Plus, Brandon Jennings. Tupac is going to be fighting. Shakur Stevenson.
W-
TBA,
TBA.
10 rounds featherweight.
Yeah.
January 18, The Zone. This is on a Friday, by the way. Demetrius Andrade defending his 160 belt. Don't ask me who's he fighting because I don't know who it is. On the undercard,
But there's a name there, or is it?
there is a name.
There's the name.
I am not gonna talk about it. Undercard is Jorge Linares, junior
Ooh.
welterweight. Hasn't fought since has he fought before already? I think he has,
He
right?
fought
fought
in
somebody.
at Fantasy
It was on
Springs.
Facebook,
Yeah.
right?
He fought Koto's cousin
This card is kind of stacked.
in September 1st or December 1st.
On
Yeah,
the,
this- I
No,
think-
September 1st.
I think I do remember that. After
at Fantasy
he had a
Springs,
fight
he
during
had
the
a fight.
summer.
He won third round TKO, I think.
Mhm.
I was there.
You know this person named Lily Amanda Serrano.
Amanda
Omar
Serrano?
Serrano?
Isn't that like the sister of the other
Yeah.
girl?
Yeah, she's gonna be lined up for a title fight that day. Chris Algieri will be fighting on that time too. The next day, January 19, Showtime pay-per-view, Las Vegas. Manny Pacquiao versus Adrian Broder.
You going to that, Lily?
Broner versus. I wish no.
And the undercard, Badu Jack versus Marcus Brown. That's gonna be a great fight.
Battle Jack versus who?
Marcus Brown.
That should be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. The next week, January 26, Houston, The Zone, Jaime Munguia
Mm-hmm.
versus Takashi Inoue versus Munguia's 154 belt. There's no notable names on the undercard on that fight. Same day. So this is gonna be Fox versus The Zone.
Mm-hmm.
That same day, you have Keith Thurman versus Josito Lopez fighting on that fight.
Brooklyn.
And that's January. So anything you want to take away that you want to talk about for the month of January?
Lily, any?
I'm just very intrigued to see how Thurman's gonna look
Right.
coming back.
I actually
I
been
love
watching his
him.
fights,
I love
couple
him.
fights.
I
Yeah.
really liked him. So
He's entertaining.
I don't like
outside
that.
the ring, too.
I don't like that he took that much of a. I know injuries and shit, but I think it's just because he's married and they get whipped and shit. And that's just what happens. I honestly think that's what it is.
You think so? You
Well-
don't think he was? Yeah, there's no. I don't think he could be injured that often. Like
I just,
you ain't Rose. Like
I mean, maybe he was thinking about it. He's in love and maybe he's like, should I keep boxing or something?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just feel like you're wasting your years. Like you had such great momentum. He had just gotten the belt.
mm-hmm.
I mean, he had just unified. And then that's not a good time to fucking take a break.
Yeah.
So I'm just like-
What do you think is going to happen in that fight as far as like,
I think he's gonna take a while. I don't think he's gonna like just completely outclass
Mhm.
Josito Lopez, but I do think that he's still gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we are gonna notice some sort of ring rust.
Low
And I don't
rust,
know if you
yeah.
guys saw like the presser for this fight that
Yeah.
he's like, oh, he's basically not gonna take anyone great until 2020.
Yes, he pretty. Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, we waited on you fucking long enough. Like,
let
be
me
Yeah.
active. Like,
Yeah.
let me
just
ask you
be
this:
active.
what happens if Keith Thurman destroys Lopez within like the first 3 or 4 rounds? Does that put pressure on Keith Thurman to fight some well-known like fighter like right now, right? Because let's say that the fight does drag on to 12 rounds. Do you think that's going to create a lot of pressure? Let's say if he does destroy Lopez.
No offense, no, because I hate to sound like this, but it's Josito Lopez.
Mhm.
He's already not that big.
It's a tuna fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and
not
he's not
much in
that
it,
big.
honestly.
He's a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, he's.
I never
most-
judge
he-
people on tuna
before
fights.
He was like
Mm-hmm.
140.
Mm-hmm.
Even before Canelo, I'm pretty sure he went up because he was 140, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like he's a smaller guy,
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the media
frame-wise too.
is going to observe that when it comes down to, let's say, Thurman just destroys him within the first 3 rounds? How does the media is going to like
I
perceive
don't
that?
think they're gonna hype him up and be like, "Oh well, look at what he did to Josito Lopez. What if he could do
Right.
that to somebody else?" I'm like,
Yeah.
no, like-
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why.
That's what I'm trying to prevent.
While he was gone, look at Errol Spence climbed up,
Mm-hmm.
and Crawford obviously. But so I feel like right now the attention at that weight class is definitely Spence and Crawford. Even though
Mm-hmm.
Porter looked great, and I loved Porter how he beat Danny
Mhm.
Garcia, but I would rather have Thurman fight everybody else, like at 147, than have a rematch with Porter. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually if they want to unify, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith Thurman is actually, he has a priority mandatory for Sean Porter's
For
belt.
Sean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, because that's the one
That's
he
his-
gave
That's
up.
the one he gave up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. He did say that. Yeah, he made it clear that he's not gonna face like any of the big names. And so
Yeah.
at first, I was like, man, well,
Like, you
kind of
want to understand,
kind
and
of-
you're like,
yeah.
okay, we get it, but you can always just be very active.
yeah,
Like, fight 3 times, and then we'll be like, okay,
yeah, give us something.
Yeah.
You left us like out in the cold
yeah,
for a year and a half. So
shit was whack.
yeah, I think that's always like if you give the fans at least some good fan-friendly fights,
Mhm.
you know, keep them, you know, fed. Like
Yeah,
they'll be happy.
So
So yeah, we know these PBC fighters only fight twice a year and stuff. So
if that.
So Keith Thurman will be the focal point for January. So do you want me to go with February?
yeah, let's go February.
Okay, so we'll talk about 2019. Are you gonna? Do you go to any top rank fights, Lily?
The last one I went to was the Valdez Quig.
Okay, so speaking of that
They're
guy,
usually like here. If they're here, they're in Fresno. They're not
Okay.
like
It's
here.
funny.
Mhm.
yeah. So this one's gonna be on the 2nd of February, Frisco, Texas, on ESPN. This is a stack up card, 4 fights.
Oh, that's where Valdez and then Crusher. is
Richard
fighting.
Comey
Yeah.
versus Isa Janib. So that one's gonna be interesting because that was for the IBF lightweight title. So whoever's the winner, more than likely, is gonna be fighting Lomachenko to unify that belt. So afterwards, you have Oscar Valdez versus some guy I don't know, Teofimo Lopez versus Diego Magdaleno,
Oh yeah.
That one's gonna be good.
That's gonna be
and
good.
then the rematch, Alvarez
really am looking forward to
versus
that.
Kovalev.
But that's on
Alvarez-
ESPN Plus, no?
it's gonna be on ESPN and ESPN Deportes and ESPN Plus. And then you have the following week, which is February 9th, Showtime, Davis versus Maris. I actually want to look at the odds on the draw on that one.
On the draw. Oh man, are you serious? On the draw?
I just want to see how it is. Yeah,
You're predicting some corruption or what?
we're gonna get to it later on.
I don't
So-
think it's even gonna go to the scorecards.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The following week, February 16th, LA, Leo Santa Cruz versus Miguel Flores, Omar Figueroa versus John Molina Jr. The following week, February 23, Anthony Darrell versus Amin Yoderim. Don't know who that is. And then that's it. So February is kind of dry. Only for the first 2 weeks. You have the Top Rank versus Alvarez versus Kovalev rematch. And then the following week, you have
Getting slapped.
Maris versus Davis. So that's it. And then March, if you want to highlight, if you want to circle which month boxing begins, it's March. So in March, you have, March 9, you got Las Vegas, Sean Porter versus Ugas for the welterweight title fight. The following week, you have March 16, Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia. And the undercard, you have David Benavides. By the way, that fight, the draw is plus 2,500. You bet $1, you make 25. You bet
Wait. Say that one more time.
the draw.
plus 2,500.
For what draw? For Mikey?
Mikey Garcia versus Spence. You bet 100, you make $2,500.
Damn, we'll put some money on some draws.
We're gonna put some money on some draws. March 17, you got Michael Collin. You know who Michael Collin is,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The middle finger guy. March
The
20.
middle finger guy?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
he gave the middle finger to the judges in the Olympics.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, you remember that?
I had no idea.
Yeah, he got
I
robbed.
know who he is because I know he got robbed. Because he used to train with Manny Robles here at Legends, so I would see him every fucking day. But I didn't know he flipped anybody off.
Oh yeah.
I knew he got robbed
he got
in the
robbed.
Olympics,
He went
but
like
I
this,
didn't know he flipped them off.
this, and this to each single corner. So it was special.
Damn.
But just to rewind back, March 9, Sean Porter versus Ugas. The following week, March 16, Spence versus Mikey. And then you have David Benavides. March 17, Michael Collin. The following week, March 23, Terrence Crawford. And the next day, which is a Sunday, this is a good fight. Lamont Peterson versus Sergey Lipinets.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's gonna be a good one.
Good.
Yeah. That's
I'm
like,
very excited for.
that's
That
like-
fight is like one of the best ones.
yeah, those are those fights that like a lot of casual fans won't know about, but like the true fans
it's
know that's
super
gonna be a good one.
intriguing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Then
Should be good.
that's
Peterson
pretty
is
much it.
bigger. Like
Mhm.
he's his frame too. I
Who?
think that. Lamont Peterson.
He's bigger.
Yeah,
Like
then
his
Lipinets.
Yeah.
frame.
But
He has that
Lipinets-
big
Well,
frame.
He's been caught
But
before.
Lipinets has a good jaw.
He's
And,
been
like he's
caught.
durable.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
He's, April 12th for the month of April. That's when boxing begins for April. Lomachenko fighting here at Staples Center.
oh,
On a Friday. The next day, you have Anthony Joshua fighting somebody. The next day, no, the same day, April 13th, Caleb Truax versus Peter Quillen. He's back.
Truax.
Kid Chocolate is back.
Interesting.
The following week, April 20, Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados.
So fights on my
Wait.
birthday.
Granados?
I know what fight I'm not watching
Okay.
on my birthday.
Wait, who's fighting on your birthday?
Danny.
Danny
Danny
Garcia?
Garcia. Fox and Fox Deportes.
Thought you
Not
liked
bad.
the.
Set up the barbecue.
I'll watch it the next day.
Then
You've
here
always
we,
respected Danny, though, no?
I don't care for him.
His dad, I think, kills it for him.
Yeah.
His dad is a
Mm.
fucking idiot.
May 4th, you have Canelo Alvarez. And that's basically it.
For right now.
So don't want to go back to it, but the month of March, again, that's when boxing begins. Like for everybody, Sean Porter versus Ugas,
Mm-hmm.
Errol Spence versus Mikey, David Benavidez fights, Michael Conlan fights, Terrence Crawford fights, Lamont Peterson fights, and April, Lomachenko, Joshua, Caleb Truex, and Danny Garcia. I'm not sure if you want to talk about any of those fights, but that's pretty much it that I have for the calendar.
Yeah. So let's start with Tank and Mares.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right here in SoCal.
Right.
However long it lasts, I think it's gonna be fireworks.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Lily? How do you think that one's gonna play out?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's here. I'm surprised. I mean, you'd think it's a good fight, and given the weekend that it is,
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be like at least at the Forum.
Yeah.
Because the Forum's like, they can close it off even if, just have certain, maybe it was already booked. I don't know about all
Maybe.
that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's still going to look good because the StubHub's going to be packed.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the StubHub's going to be packed.
Mm-hmm. Predictions?
You
then?
think so?
Yeah.
It should
Oh,
be.
yeah.
It
packed.
should be. I
It
mean,
sh-
Oh,
it
yeah.
should
Be
be
interesting.
It should be packed. It
Oh,
should be
yeah,
packed.
because this is one of those things that most of the expectations are the same.
And then Maris, he's Mexican. He brings the LA County crowd, so
Yeah.
a lot of people are gonna be flooding.
He's never had that many fans though.
I just
Tune
feel
in.
like this is a really good fight for the casual fan.
Yeah. They just
Like
want a
it's-
reason to come out and drink a little bit. I mean, the
And-
tickets are pretty affordable.
It's just fucking cold though in February. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking cold.
Oh, that's what they said, right? Because it could rain. February usually kind of
yeah, well
sometimes
for
rains.
the
Yeah, so it'll be
for the
interesting.
Mares, no, for the Scott Quigg,
Versus
and-
Valdez.
it was
That one rained.
raining the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
The whole fucking time.
Yeah.
How
It
d-
was cold.
Was the water going into the ring a little
No.
bit? No. Okay.
No, because it wasn't
They-
raining sideways that bad.
That day there was no
Mhm.
wind.
No bad. Yeah, not that bad. It was wet, but fuck, it was cold. So I'm like, I'm gonna go in my pajamas or something. Like it's cold.
Yeah, it was cold that night when we saw you when we were over there, Chris,
Mhm.
at the HBO's last boxing event.
Yeah.
It was cold.
chilly.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting what happens for that fight. I would like to see how the fight plays out, though. Hopefully, it doesn't end quick. I really want to see how Davis can fight 12 rounds. That's it, if it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to dive into the calendar?
I guess with Munguia, I feel very conflicted about him because I do want him to get better, especially with his defense.
Mm-hmm.
I really want him to get better because he has fucking power. And
Yeah.
he's a scary
Mhm.
kid
Yeah.
for his age.
He has
And
limp.
and then
That's
he-
what blows me away from him.
Mm-hmm.
He eventually has to go up, I think, because he's still a
He
fucking
has to
kid.
go
and
Go
he
up
eventually has
from-
weight class.
Yeah, he's no business at 154.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like
You know,
160 to
yeah.
168 or 154 to 160.
154 to 160. Then.
I think 160 first, and then possibly eventually 168 if he gets that bigger because he's big.
He's big.
He's a big.
Yeah.
He's a big 154. Now, again, I feel conflicted because I do want him to get better and get better defense, but at the same time, I'll be like, okay, he fought 5 times last year, and then he got his, he's defended already his belt.
Mm-hmm.
When does he get a unification? When
Yeah.
can we expect it? But at the same time, I do get that it's like, okay, maybe, it's too soon because of his defense.
Yeah.
It'd be like kind of shooting yourself in the foot type of thing.
Yeah, and that's for that 154-pound title that he won from Ali, no?
From
Ali.
Ali. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, against the other 154-pounders, yeah.
Yeah,
I think the other ones have too much
he
experience.
wants Heard. Like
yeah,
that's
that
the
would
one
be
that,
a good
that'd be a good-
friendly fight because both of their defenses are like
yeah,
somewhat
because we
lacking.
saw Heard,
Yeah.
Mhm.
in his last fight, he
Mhm.
didn't look like amazing, but he got tagged a lot,
yeah.
like a lot. He got caught a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know
knew he was
the
gonna win, but
the
he
guy
was
he
caught.
fought against, he actually lost to the one guy we talked about that had 144 losses.
No fucking way.
His opponent
Yeah.
lost to that guy. So, and that guy didn't have much power, but
It's
he
crazy.
actually fought a good fight.
Yeah,
against
I
her.
was
Yeah.
surprised. I was like, oh, it was a pleasant surprise because it was an entertaining fight, especially when they had each other against the ropes.
Yeah.
They would like switch back and
Hey, against the ropes.
forth.
Hey, we gotta get a soundbite.
Yeah,
from
I was
you.
gonna say we're gonna use that as a soundbite, Lily. Yeah. All right, guys. So we have like about 5, 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to wrap up. Anything else you guys wanna?
Real quick, make it real quick. Garcia versus Spence. Props to
Okay.
them.
Yeah, for making that happen.
They're gonna be not making it happening, but they chose to do BADA testing,
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the first time Spence is doing it. Spence had
random
never
drug
done.
testing.
Spence had never done it
Hmm.
before.
Kudos
I
to
did not
both
know
of them. I thought it was kind of huge, honestly. The 168 James DeGale versus Chris Eubank Jr.
Oh yeah.
Only reason why I'm bringing it up because there's only one market in England. That's with Sky Sports with Eddie Hearn.
Mhm.
And now Al Heyman has his own deal with England with some TV named ITV, which is going to be showing boxing fights for free. So now he's going to be destroying Sky Sports
Oh, Sky
in
Sports.
England.
Wait, so that's ITV or IFL TV?
So this fight, James DeGale versus Chris Eubank Jr. is going to be shown for free on ITV for PBC with them.
Hmm.
And the only market that England has is Matchroom Boxing and also with Frank Warren, right? But Matchroom Boxing is connected with Sky Sports. So anytime you see big fights is on pay-per-view
Yeah.
on Sky Sports. So now Al Heyman is trying to destroy the market in England. And what's interesting about this
You
fight,
mean they're trying to HBO them?
the fight against James DeGale versus Chris Eubank Jr., the winner has the potential fight of fighting Caleb Smith. So if that happens, then Caleb Smith is with the Zone.
Okay.
So what happens with that? The Zone, he's going to have to vacate his belt because Caleb Smith only fights in the Zone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be interesting politics right
Okay.
there.
Also, no offense, but UK people shouldn't be fucking complaining about pay-per-view when it's only like $20.
Yeah.
Like here, they try to charge you like 80 now,
Yeah.
like 85,
Mm-hmm.
like 90 if you want HD or something like that.
Yeah.
And I fuck when they're like, oh, we're paying 25 here. I'd be like, fuck
Nah,
you.
but like, but over there they pay a lot of taxes
Yeah.
though.
Oh, that's
like
true.
healthcare and education.
And even
all that
then,
stuff.
like you guys, boxing should not be like that expensive. It's
Yeah.
super expensive.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to cut you guys off. Unfortunately, we do have to wrap it up. I see Steven telling us like we gotta bounce. But Lily, thank you for joining us on our first episode. We would like to have you back.
Most
as soon as
definitely with no
possible.
company.
Yeah, we'll definitely
on my
start.
part.
We'll start. No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll start sooner, so we have some more time. But thank you guys for tuning in. It's the first episode of the second season. Happy New Year.
We have a second season.
This is the second season, bro. We got renewed for another season, backed by popular demand.
I'm not sure about that.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next week.
Take care.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Against the ropes, #1.
Freddie Roach.
Thank you very much.